Welcome back to the Sam Test. Today I'm going to save you a little bit of money because it saved me a lot of money. So the hands give it away. It is a little bit of a dirty job, but saving money is sometimes the best thing. So here we go. I've started without you. This is my double-sided wood burning stove. I have it in a wall. Let me come back so you can get some perspective. You know, this heats up our whole house. This is the other side. As you can see, I've started getting ready. I've put the sheet down. Must advise this because I tried it the first year without a sheet and the soot goes everywhere. So just put it down. You want to remove everything from your fire. I'm not going to show you how to do it because the likelihood is you're not going to have the same fire as me, so there's no point showing you. So my fire has a completely removable door, which is there. I take all the tray out and everything, and then at the top, because I have the double burn, it has the whatever you want to call this, the double burning bit, whatever it is. So it gives you clear access to the hall up there. I've already put in the first two rods. Merlin doesn't like the noise. Merlin, sorry buddy. It's right next to his bed. Oi. Never mind. Right, I'm not going to touch you because I get you all sooty. So, you want to be on camera? No? So once you've got your sheet down on the floor, I've got another little sheet that I've kept from last year that I had ready, and I've cut it to size. Now it is just plastic, but if you can get one that's got the sewn in fibres like a ripstop, and then basically you want to sellotape this plastic over the front of your fire, making sure before you do this, making sure all of your vents are completely shut. Screw them up tight so none of that dust can get out, otherwise it's just going to go everywhere. You might not be able to see it, but you give it like an hour and you'll have a black layer of dust everywhere, and the missus won't be too happy with you. So you want to make sure you put the initial pole in with the head on. Let me just show you the head. There she is. So that just goes up. Oh, 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 oh. Where's the hole? Where's the hole? Where's the hole? There's the hole. Right, that goes up. You need to push that up there first. Otherwise, you'd have to make a bigger hole in the piece of plastic. If that makes sense. It will in a minute. That needs to pass through the hole like this. Basically then tape this sheet around the perimeter of the fire, making sure that no dust can get out. I'm going to put the camera on a tripod now to make it a little bit less wibbly wobbly for you, and you'll see. If you have duct tape to do this job, it would have been obviously a lot easier. This is pretty good because it means I can just take it off and it doesn't leave any residue on the fireplace, and it's a pretty good seal. You just don't want, you know, you're going to be moving this up and down, it's going to be moving all over the place. You don't want this to come loose or have any holes. If a large amount of soot falls at one time, you will get like a big ball of black dust everywhere. So make sure that this is sealed. And to reiterate, all the vents shut. So the hole in the middle, it doesn't need to be perfect, because once you start, I only have 2 bars in at the moment, the brush head and one length that has got the drill arbor on it, and this is just attached. I mean, to be fair, yeah, you kind of, it needs to be a bit big to get that through there, and it will just catch. So you'll get a little bit come out of there, but nowhere near as bad as if you didn't have it. So, and if it gets bigger as you go, just put more on. That's why I have this ready, just in case. Everything's in place now. I've got a bag for some rubbish close by, a dustpan and brush with an old school fine bristled brush, which is very good for the ash. You'll find that the other modern brushes just flick it everywhere. Sorry about him, he just wants to be in the movie. I've got the little Allen key, which is used for unclipping each section, which you need to have close by. And I'm going to have a screwdriver. Sometimes it's easier with a screwdriver just to get it off. So I've got my hand drill. I had a higher powered hand drill last year, which was 18 volt. These are, oh no, I swapped the batteries over. Once you've got your drill, I would recommend a hand drill like this, just because you've got a little bit more control over it than you do as a 240 or 110, whatever country you're from. And you can obviously turn it down so that you know that it's not going to rip your flue apart if you just have a standard metal spiral flue, because if it catches and you're down here, you're not going to know and say goodbye to your flue. So let's get this on here. Merlin, he doesn't like it. You don't need a real high powered drill for this. It's only gonna, you want to feel what it's doing, because if it locks up, you don't want to keep going, because you're going to cause damage to something that you don't want to cause damage to, which will then cause a problem. So what I generally do is I give it a sweep on the way up until I reach the top, as you just saw, and then I will give it, it's okay, I'll give it one final sweep on the way back down, and then give it a little while before you take the front off. Ugh. Get off me. Come on. Are you scared? You're meant to be a big brave dog, not a big scaredy cat. Obviously, I was wearing this the whole time. You all witnessed me wearing it, didn't you? No? Okay. I forgot to put it on. I'll be blowing it out later, I suppose. Some of the, not badly, but some of the dust you can start,
You could marginally smell it in the air as it starts to come out, which is obviously a bad thing if you can smell it before you have a dust mask. And the sun is quite bright in here, as you can probably see, so you can kind of see it in the air a little bit. You can obviously just put a hoover on, which would have been quite a clever idea, wouldn't it? But I didn't want to do that because I can't hear what's happening. I can't hear what I'm doing when the hoover's on, so I opted not to have the hoover on, and we'll just have to have a little clean up afterwards. It's only a bit of dust, isn't it? And if you look at this, the whole kitchen's being done, so lots of dust. Once you've reached the top of your chimney, you're gonna have quite a lot of weight on these holes. So you need to be quite careful, because if you do it wrong, the bottom of this drill is rounded, so it can quite easily slip, and this will be over there, and all of the dirty rods will be all across the room. So you need to just make sure that you've got somewhere to maybe wedge this. Once you take it out the drill, if I can undo the chuck. Once you take it out the drill, I have a grouted floor here, so I can just put this in the grout line. Ooh, no, I can't. In the grout line, and it's pretty safe there for me to get stuff out. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to disassemble, or as I put it down, I'm going to clean, and as I go rod by rod, I'm going to take it apart, the same as I did going up, but in the reverse order. Make sure that I put all of the rods onto the plastic, not onto the carpet, and then once it's all down, we'll clean all of the rods before we put them away. Just makes it a little bit of a less dirty job putting them up for next time I use it. And then by then the dust in there will have settled, and we can take this off, give it a good wipe around the edges and stuff like that, get all the dust out from inside of the fireplace, give it a little clean, put all of the insides back in the fire, and then we should do a smoke test just to make sure that we haven't damaged anything. Right, I shall fast forward you. So, you can see it's a bit dirty. This can come off now. Whew, a little bit sweaty. So, I'm just going to get a damp cloth, wipe down the rods, wipe down my drill, the tools, get the hoover out, take the, clean the top, clean the inside, take the front off, and get it all back to shippity shape. And here's my boy, waiting to come back to his bed. Bless him. So I can hear the negative Nancy's out there saying, "Ah, you've made me watch this video. How am I going to save money?" Well, the way you're going to save your money is simply by buying yourself your own set of rods. Buy some half decent ones for about £60, maybe $70, $80. Have that for your first year. You can add stuff to it if you want to. Maybe a different type of head. But it will cost you, in England anyway, it will cost you £60 for one chimney sweep. And if you want to do it twice a year, which I recommend doing it twice a year, at the beginning of the season and at the end of the season, it's going to save you money the second time you do it. So I highly recommend that you get yourself your own chimney sweep. The The first time you do it, you're going to make a lot of mess. Second time you do it, you're going to make slightly less mess. And you learn and you move on and you get better at it. So get yourself on Amazon or eBay or whatever you do and buy one. And if you save some money in the long run, you know, then come back to me and maybe give me some of the money if you want. Or just give me a thumbs up if this was any help to you whatsoever.
So, in conclusion, that is how you do it. So now you will have a nice, clean and safe chimney for the winter. The parcel tape did actually leave a little bit of residue, but that's not a problem. I have some industrial wipes that I can use to get that off. That's not a problem. Flue is clean, or your chimney is clean. That's, you know, the big part of it. You also, you know, if you don't want clean glass, then don't bother cleaning it. Just have a hot fire. Generally that will burn off. I like to keep it clear so I can keep an eye on the fire, so I don't have to keep opening the door. I've made a video about that, so save your fire ash. That's a little tip for you. You can look back, I think it was last year I made it. Quite a few people have watched it, and for me it works. I don't use anything else on my glass other than ash and water. That's it. Just rub it on there and it will clean off all the soot, all the debris, all the tar, everything, and you'll get them crystal clear every time, and it doesn't cost you anything. So highly recommend you do it. Have a look at the video and see what you think, and give it a go yourself. Comment if it doesn't work or you're not sure, and that's it. That's all the information I'm going to give you for today. So thank you for watching. Give me a little thumbs up at the bottom if you've watched all the way through. You may as well. Subscribe if you're not a subscriber. Have a look at some of the other videos and the woodwork and whatnot, and I'll catch you next time. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.